the flash mobs. How did you choose the first ones? We can talk about that
Oh yeah, let's
later.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hold that thought. Lisi's
So
gonna jump in and also interview, which
I
I'm good
wrote
with.
down I wrote down all the things. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see.
Let me see if I can I can at least put some lip gloss on.
Oh,
I'm so
maybe I tried
sorry.
some flash
You're
mobs.
good. Okay, we are live. All
How did
right.
you choose the first ones?
Let's
We can
see.
talk about that
Oh yeah, let's
later.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hold that thought.
Oh,
See, here we go.
okay. So
We are live. Hello. Good morning, friends.
good
hello.
morning.
So Heidi's putting her lip gloss on. Lisi looks fabulous already. All right.
Yeah.
And Allie
Forward.
Moonbeam over here is the star of the
Ellie,
show.
say
Yeah.
hello.
So those of you
This is
watching on
Ellie.
YouTube, you can see the sweet little baby that's joined us. By baby, I always say, when I say baby, know that I'm talking about animals.
Oh,
So
she is my 100% baby.
exactly. So, welcome
Yep.
to this episode of the FCBDU podcast. My name is Deanna, and I'm your host. And I am so thrilled to be joined by two fabulous humans, dancers, event hosts, all of the things, Heidi and Lisi. Good morning, good evening, ladies. It's so good to see you.
Oh, so good to see you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool.
Thanks for joining today. I am excited to dive into all things ATS Flash Mob worldwide, which we're coming up on very soon.
Yes.
Yeah, and I thought it would be fun to get on here, get on our podcast, and chat with you both to share with our community a little bit about the history of the flash mob, how it came about, what it's currently doing, like what is the future of it, all of the things. It's such a staple in so many of our dance lives, and it's become kind of like an annual, I mean, it is an annual tradition, and it's become such a bigger event every year.
Awesome.
It's really exciting to see how much it's grown and how it's still thriving. And yeah, I'm excited to dive into the topic. So before we do, I just want to say hi to everybody that's joining us. Hello if you're joining us live on YouTube. Hello if you're joining us later. Um, Looks like we've got a few people joining on YouTube. We will be checking in on the comments, so feel free to chime in. I see we have Edie and Ambrosia and Natty and Danny. I was just thinking about you this morning. Hello, friends. All right. So I thought we could start with some introductions. And just to make sure that we all know who we're talking to and where you're from and all that stuff. So can we kick it off with Heidi? So Heidi, I know that you've been missing MIA from the belly dance world for a little while, but can you tell
Yeah.
us about yourself, where you're from, when you started dancing, like just all the things about Heidi and as they relate to Fat Chance Style?
Wow. Okay. So I'm currently living in Brandenburg, Kentucky. I moved here in 2010. I'm originally from Alexandria, Virginia. Started belly dance classes in 2005. Your typical like rock sharky. And then I saw some girls do some metal belly dance. And I was like, you could do that with belly dance. What is this? I need to find out. And then I learned about Rachel Bryce and the whole tribal scene. And I was just like, whoa. And then from there, I learned about Fat Chance Belly Dance and etc. So I just took to it. It just felt right for me because it was very wholesome, like wholesome in the sense of like it felt grounded and earthy and just very community like, and I really love that about it. So I was in a couple troops back in Virginia. I studied with Marcy Turner when she was in Virginia for a
Marcy.
while.
Marcy
Yeah.
was OG Daviani.
OG
That
Deviani.
connection. I love it.
Yes. And I studied with Wendy Yosef back in Virginia. She was in Maryland at the time. Bella Donna, Bellatrix. We had such a huge community out in Virginia. It was
Yeah.
awesome. So when I moved here to Kentucky, there was nothing really at all in the form of, let alone belly dance. Down in Lexington, there was Teresa Tome, which many of you might know.
Yes.
She had a really nice community out there. And I really missed the community. So I tried to establish that here, and I was the first sister studio here in Kentucky and I held classes. And I started holding classes in 2011. 2011. So I moved here 2010. So I think it was 2011. I started holding classes, had my own studio. And, some people took to it, some people didn't. Some people thought it was just like a Zumba fitness type of thing. But I held to my standards that it was an art form. And you're going to learn these movements. These movements tie in one to the next. It's built on cues. P's and Q's is what I had called it then. PEAS, because it was pivot, bump, Egyptian, Arabic, and shimmy at the time. So I built my empire. No, not really. It was a small class. And I made friends here because I didn't have any. My family's not here. It's just me and my husband and my dogs. So it was great to build a community, some of which I'm still very close friends with today, even though we're not dancing. And then one day I had this idea. I was literally walking into the house and I was just had this idea inspired by the shimmy mob, which I thought was a great thing, but I didn't like that it was a choreography and it was more, not that I didn't like it because I respect it for what it is, but it wasn't my style. It wasn't the style that I wanted to do. And so I just had the idea of, why don't I do an ATS flash mob?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how would I do an ATS flash mob? Well, we wouldn't do choreography, but if you wanted to, you could. And I think it'd be great. Everybody danced to the same song. So I bounced it off of Lori LA Tribal because I know that she had done quite a few things back in the day. And so we bounced some ideas like, oh, maybe we want to do it for breast cancer. And then I thought, I don't want to do it to any specific thing. I don't want money involved. I just want this to be a free day for us to celebrate what we love, this art form that we love that is so magical, that I felt was so magical. And so I worked with her. She actually created the image that we use as our logo right now.
Great.
So that's at Lori LA Tribal. And so I created an event page and I put it out to the world and I said, let's do this, and if you do it, let's record it. Let's tag it and make it a YouTube video or post it here and let's use this hashtag and just to see what happens. And so I did that. And I got more and more people interested in saying they wanted to do it. So I'm like, oh gosh, I need to come up with a song. And at the time, Bay City Shimmy was like the beast, right? Everybody loved Bay City Shimmy. And so I'm going to have a blank right now because I can't remember his name. Oh my gosh, who did blank?
Phil Thornton.
Yes, thank you. So Phil Thornton, I reached out to him and I wanted to make sure it was okay if we used his song. And he ended up making a remix of Bay City Shimmy just for that ATS flash mob that we have just for our very own flash mob. So I was just like, oh, that's amazing. And we had a second Saturday event down in Elizabethtown, which is about 40 minutes from where I live. And second Saturday was everybody would get together and you set up down in the downtown and little crafts, so, booths or whatever and foods. So I was like, well, let's do it down there. It's part of second Saturday. So we did. It happened to be like a zombie day. Turn on reactions. Oh, I don't know what that says. So a zombie fest day or something. So me and two other friends had a little bit of zombie makeup on and we did our Bay City Shimmy. I pulled out my little block rocker and we did it. And people were just like fascinated by it. And it was really, really cool and had a really good response. Then I get home and I look at our event page and I was in tears, moved by these videos that were coming in from all around the world. I was like, holy moly. I'm going to say something else.
You can say it, it's fine.
Holy shit. I was so moved. I was just astonished that people really did this and they joined in on it. And to see things from Russia, from Mexico, from, of course, around the United States. And I was just like, I've got goosebumps thinking about it again because it was so amazing that happened, that it took off and people really did join in. So I was touched by that and excited. And I'm like, well, heck, we need to make this an annual event then. Are you guys interested? And I did reach out to Carolina, sorry about that, at one point and say, hey, this is what we're doing. Do you mind? And she's like, go for it. So I said, okay. So we went for it. And here it is now, what, 14? Is it 14? 2012, 13. This will be the 13th one this month.
Yeah.
That is going to happen. And that's just so incredible. And around 2016, because I was belly dancing and I was teaching belly dance for I guess it was 2011, about 5 years here. And then I needed to, for financial reasons, get back into my career. I needed to get back into IT because we financially needed that. So I took all of my focus away from dance and focused on that so I could get back into my career so I could reestablish us financially and career wise, which was a good thing that I did because now I was eligible to retire. Yay! So, so let's see. So that was awesome. So I stopped teaching in 2016, and then 2018 rolled around. I got in a really bad car accident.
Mm.
And my husband was, we were both really damaged, but he had an undetected spleen damage, which ended up rupturing, and he almost died. And
Oh my
it was
God.
just the whole year was just terrible. So then it like went from that to 2019, and then we all know what happened at the end of 19. Then COVID hit, and then it's just, everything just kind of went by the side for me for dance. Um, but there are times that I really, really miss the community. Actually, I miss the community a lot. But I noticed during that time there was a lot of seemed like cultural drama going on. I'm like, oh gosh, I really don't know that I want want to
Right.
be
Take
part
a
of
little
that.
break from that.
Yeah, I'm gonna step away and let this just kind of figure itself out because I don't want any part of that part in a cultural way, but it was like in a negative way. It's all
Yeah.
good to respect culture and stuff like that, but it wasn't something I had the energy for at that time. So that's where we are. How did we do? Oh, you can go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
I can
no, that
talk a
was
lot.
great. That really helped because I do remember the flash mob, like the beginning of the flash mob happening, and now I do remember Bay City Shimmy and why like all of this stuff's coming back. Because I mean, gosh,
Yeah,
it's been a while and it's been
it
so long.
has.
Just hearing you talk about Marcy, and I was like, oh yes, oh my
Oh.
gosh, one of my Daviani troop members and dear friend. Um,
Hmm.
and then Teresa Toom, we did devotion
Hmm.
with her a few times. So yeah, just and then when you were talking about like 2005 and seeing Rachel Bryce, I was like
Oh,
all of that
memory.
flooded in, and I was like, yes, oh my gosh. That was such a highlight and such a wonderful
Oh
time
man, it
for for,
was.
for
We
tribal,
had
for
belly
lack of a
dance
better word,
soup.
belly dance
Yeah,
season. Yeah, so
totally.
good, so good. And I definitely want to come back to a lot of the points that you mentioned. And before we move on, one of the things that you mentioned was drawn to the community aspect, right? So you mentioned you were drawn to the community aspect, which makes total sense. I mean, for anybody that's drawn to this style and stays with this style for any length of time, you realize like, oh yeah, this is what it's all about.
Mhm.
Um, and so it makes total sense that somebody that was drawn for the community aspect is going to do something to help cultivate and add to and help that community flourish.
Mhm.
And that's where I want to like pause and introduce Lisi because I feel I'm gonna let Lisi introduce herself in just a second, and I'm gonna try to talk without crying because Lisi has a very special place in my heart, as I'm sure she does for many of you that are listening in. But Lisi is hashtag life goals for what
Yes.
is when it comes to being a supportive community member. So Lisi's joining us, and again, I'll let her introduce herself in a second. But for those of you that don't know Lisi, do yourself a favor and get to know
Definitely.
Lisi. Get to know Lisi.
Yes.
If you see her teaching anywhere, if you see her being anywhere, just being around Lisi, being dancing with Lisi, being around her energy, she's one of the most inspiring people that I have ever met in my entire
Mhm.
life. And I don't take that lightly, and I don't say that lightly. So Lisi, I'm so grateful for you and everything that you do for the community, but just also for the person that you are and just that place that you hold in my heart. I love you. And
Nice.
now, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, that would be great.
I love you too. Oh my God. I
Oh.
yeah, well, thank you, and I'm trying to start. I was dance. Yeah, I'm Lisi from Germany. I live in the city of Deggendorf in Bavaria, and uh, I was already teaching Oriental, but like a modern kind of, not really authentic. And when we discovered Fat Chance, we loved it. We loved to have that community feeling that not only me as a teacher had to be in front, but that we could change and interact now. And then we discovered the flash mob pretty soon, and we loved that. I think even Edie, that who's in the chat, Edie's troop, the troop that Edie was in, did the flash mob not far from where we live. So we saw that happening, and we loved that. And we started learning it, and we participated the first time in 2014. Not really knowing so well what we doing. We just started, and we tried and had fun, and that was great. And then I got into Fat Chance more, and we saw all the videos from all over the world, and we wanted to be part of that community, and it felt so great to participate and cheer the others on. And I think that's what I'm doing. I just love to have people all over the world to connect with. It's wonderful. That what that style created, that community, and also your flash mob, Heidi,
Yeah.
brought together so many people, and we saw each other all at a sudden. Before we, yeah, we were kind of not a little separate, and now everything was doing the same, and we saw that we could connect even more with the flash mob each year. And
If I can jump in
yeah,
for a really quick minute,
yes,
I did want to tell everybody, and Lissy, thank you so much for doing this. Is during the time that I went to the downtime of ATS and dancing in general, I had seen all the wonderful things that Lissy was doing in Germany for her folks, and even online. She was being part of the online ATS. You were doing live. I forget exactly what it was called, but there was something about you I was just very, very drawn to, and I thought this will be a great person to reach out to see if she would like to help me out with this and eventually take the baton. So she has done an amazing job with carrying on the tradition of the ATS Flash Mob worldwide event. And I'm so very grateful for her, for you, for doing that for us. It's just a beautiful thing that you have done by taking that on and done such an awesome job with. So I want to thank you personally for that.
thank you. I try. I try. And
You do awesome.
and yeah, I wanted to ask you how you chose the song in the beginning, and then I'm gonna tell you what I did and do now, and maybe we can find something
Sure.
for the future, some ideas that we can also do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, like I said, first we just did Bay City Shimmy. I almost said Bay City Shimmy. Bay City
I've said
Shimmy.
that many a times on accident.
Because it was like the song at the time. And then after that, I decided, well, I don't want to pick the song for everybody because not everybody has the same taste. You know, not everybody dances at the same level. So I wanted to reach out to the community, the worldwide community, and say, hey, let's put in some songs that you guys want to dance to and let's vote on it. Let's just have a worldwide vote on it. So we did that in the Facebook event page because you could put in votes. One of the problems that I saw with that is that a lot of people were going, hey, I really want to dance to the song. Go here and vote for me, you know? And so a lot of people would reach out to their friends and whoever, and they would vote for the song that their friend wanted to do. So that kind of, it worked out still. We still ended up managing to, grab the most voted song and go with that anyway. But so I'm sure there's like a way better way. I mean, we're talking this was 2013 forward, so I'm sure there's a much better way that we can go about doing that this time around. But that's how we did it. We just said, okay, here's the songs, you guys put in what songs you want and everybody vote on it, and then that's the one that we're going to dance to. And again, not everybody agrees with it, but if that's the majority, that's kind of what we went with. Sometimes it was too fast for some people and sometimes it was too slow for some people, but I wanted it to be a democracy, where everybody has fair vote and everybody can, do what the majority votes to dance to. So that's how that went.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's great.
I love that. And that fits in so well with, I mean, that fits in with the aspect of community that you were both saying. So Heidi, I'm coming back to that whole drawn to the community. And Lisi, something I wrote down that you said that I think fits you to a T is you said it feels so great to cheer each other on. And I have chills because I feel the same way. Like
yes.
I love to support everybody. I love to cheer people on. And Lisi just does it in such a fantastic way. And so, yeah, so when you're doing something that's for the community, by the community, yeah, you don't want to be like, well, no, we're doing this song because this is the one
Yeah.
that I want to dance to.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's like, okay, well, this is a community event. So maybe somebody has music that I've never heard before, or maybe somebody wants to do something more modern this time.
Exactly.
Or I know there's been different genres of music come in over the years. And I think
Hmm.
that's a really beautiful way to do it. And I've seen the comments where people are like, I don't know about this song, or this song's by this artist, and I don't like what they did 10 years ago on, I don't know, all
Yeah.
those little things. But ultimately, the goal is not to be this individual thing. It's like something that's going to pull the whole community together. And I just find that that's so beautiful. And we'll kind of
Yeah.
expand on how that has that grown too. And I just wanted to take a moment to check in with the comments and say hello. Lisi, everybody's just reiterating the awesomeness that you bring in to the community. And JNR says, being part of the global community warms my heart. It's what the world is needing today. And I 100%
Huzzah.
agree. Yeah. And we've got some Free Palestine's comments out there too. So
Mhm.
again, global community is definitely what we're in need of today. So yeah, global community and connection. But I also wanted to ask in the comments, what was your first flash mob that you did, those of you that are listening in, and what was something that was memorable about it, just so we can kind of get an idea of things that you've gone in through before and done. Um,
Yeah, so meanwhile, I wanted
yeah,
to talk about uh, what Heidi said about the selection of the songs. So yeah, there were then years where you could see that people not involved in dancing were helping to vote the songs. Um, and then when Heidi asked me to take over, I first thought, okay, then Carolina should choose the song.
Mhm.
It's her dance style. Let's ask. And
Mhm.
Carolina, that was, when was that? 2021. Yeah. And Carolina was like, "Oh, I don't know what people are dancing at the moment. What songs I'm not into the current fashion of the songs."
Mhm.
And then it was the idea to ask the Fat Chance members,
Mhm.
and every one of them suggested a song to her, and then she chose from the 5 or 6 songs, I'm not sure now, and she chose Ya'en Mulayatin by Afri Temple.
yes,
And I
so
think
good.
that was grand. That was really cool. A great song, you representing the style. And then, yeah, and then the year after, there was the war had started, the Ukraine war. And then I thought, okay, the certified studios, the partner studio, sister studio, brother studios, they should vote because they know the best what fits our style. And I was not in that Facebook group then, and I think not many people saw that vote. I asked you, Deanna, to help, I think. And I
Mhm.
think not many people participated. I'm not sure. So that was, and they voted a song from a Ukrainian band, the Solovey from Goa, which is a beautiful folk song that fits beautifully to our style, but it was very political to dance to it back then when the war had just started. And there were Russian groups dancing to it, but very few.
Mhm.
Because then everything separated, like the internet separated. The Russians could not go into the general internet any longer so much. And yeah, that was a sad moment when you could see, okay, all of a sudden the Russian dancers and even other dancers didn't participate any longer because they thought it was so political to have that song. Well, okay. Then I decided, okay, then let's make the vote public again, whatever whatever comes out of it. And I tried, I don't have that feature that Heidi used for the voting, so I tried to have it on Facebook and on the community page. And the system is okay, it works, but the voting might not be as visible any longer because of all the algorithm problems now on Facebook. You see a lot of advertisings and everything, but not the things that you used to follow. And I think that's also difficulty for the voting now. So,
Mm.
okay, I want to keep the flash mob page, and it would be nice to have the voting there, but I realized this year I need to make it more public, more make people aware. Here, look, there is the voting. Go there and vote for your song. And I apologize if people didn't see it. I thought it was public, but some people didn't see the voting. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh, I I I did it in May now, the last years. I always in May I have the song selection and then the voting of the 10 most popular songs, and then uh, we have the final song. So in May, and I try to make it more public. Also, people asked, Facebook is like on the down
Slope.
wards
Yeah.
side.
yeah.
So I try to set up something on Instagram, but I cannot make a voting there as much
Oh,
as I can on Facebook. Facebook is easier to handle for such things. So I'm not sure. We can discuss
I was gonna
together.
say I have some ideas, Lisi, if you're open
Yeah,
to them.
yeah,
So I can
yeah, totally.
definitely
yeah,
we can definitely chat about that for next year and make it easier
yeah.
on you. And I thank you for all of that information about like how things are decided and how things are selected and when they're selected, because I just wrote that down as well. And I just want to like stop and thank you both so much. I don't know if I've actually said it yet, but thank you both so much for putting this together, for all of the hard work, for the effort to like get it going and also to keep it going. This is huge. And I think that this is something I'm just going to get on my high horse for a minute. This is something that doesn't get enough credit. And like having an idea is one thing, but going with the idea and having the guts and the vulnerability to just be like, I'm doing this thing. I have to do it. Like I can't not do it, is what it sounds like Heidi had to
Yeah, it
experience.
was.
I can't not do this thing, right? And you inspired and you kept it going and you inspired so many people that it
Mm,
went overseas, right, where you've now passed the baton over to Lisi, where it
mm,
continues to inspire and motivate and like draw people into what is this magical thing that's happening and feeling a sense of community and connecting the global world and just the details that I know people don't understand that goes into it because it's not
mhm.
even though like the song selections in May and then we're dancing in October, that is not the only thing that happens, right? There's
Right.
so much behind the scenes that I can't even tell. I don't even know. But just to keep that in mind when everybody's going through the flash mob this year, next year, and for the years to come, just like that little bit of gratitude to the people that created it, right? If we're doing our meditation before we do our flash mob and we're to our teachers, that
Yeah.
includes you both. Like we wouldn't be doing this without you. So
Thank you.
it's so important.
Thank
And so I know that when we do something from love, when we do something from passion, and especially when we do something for community, we're not going to be able to please everybody. I
you.
mean,
Yep.
I think we all know that. You're just not going to be able to please everyone. Um, and finding the best way to incorporate as many people as you can without hurting feelings is all we can do. Yeah. So
Yep.
just continuing to be your amazing self and coming from this space of community and cheering people on, that's going to be felt regardless of the song that's chosen, right? Or how it's chosen. So it sounds like so much love and effort has gone into even the smallest detail of like who's going to select the song? How do we create the selection of songs before we even vote? Like all of that is so much more than just like Lisi over there scrolling through her Spotify playlist. Let's do this one and then putting
Yeah,
it out in the
Exactly.
world.
everyone is suggesting, not me. I'm
Yeah.
not. Everyone can
Right.
suggest, not me.
Yes. No, that's what
So
I'm saying.
first,
Exactly.
first they suggest, and people vote who what suggestion they like best, and then there's the final 10, just to have a better overlook and not having to scroll through the 100 suggestions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just just that.
Yeah. That's
And
so
one of the things that I really wanted to emphasize during this, because I would have people say, I don't have a troupe. How can I do this without a troupe? And I said, just dance on your own. Just be part of it with us. You don't have to have a troupe. It's okay. Just so I would have people who posted, they said, I just got out of the shower and I forgot about it and I did it. And they would have videos with a towel on their head because they just got out of the shower, but they wanted to be part of it. One of my friends did it on the beach because she was on vacation by herself, just so she could be part of that collective energy that we all shared that same day. I think it is so powerful. And I think with the intent that you dance that day is also so powerful. So it's a moment of, in a non-religious sense, prayer. It's that joy, it's that sharing, through the music and through the movement and through the intent. That was so important to me, not just, if you can only do it if you have a troupe, because ATS has only danced at a troupe back then, which, we all know you can do solos. So I wanted to make sure people knew it's okay. If you don't have a troupe, just do it. If you want to do it, you're welcome, to be part of it. So
yeah.
I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah,
important. And also, if you don't want to put yourself on YouTube or you don't want to put yourself on socials, like
Mhm.
don't feel the pressure to do it. But
Exactly.
I love that you are encouraging people to just dance to the song on that day so that you feel
Yeah.
like you're a part of something
Mhm.
bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
thank
beautiful.
you for telling that, Heidi, because people are also asking, what is the right way to do the flash mob? And before you said, you can do a choreo, you can improvise, you can do it solo, you can do whatever you
Hmm.
like with it. Just, yeah, of course, Fat Chance, the moves are the common language, and then
Hmm.
do whatever you feel like. Some
Hmm.
people make fancy videos with
Hmm.
drones and
Beautiful.
everything,
Yeah.
and some are just dancing in their bathroom. So,
Exactly.
right,
Exactly.
it doesn't matter. Yeah,
Hmm.
everyone shows what they want. So,
Exactly. I wanted it to feel very inclusive. I have to plug this in. Pardon me. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Why are you rolling down the windows, girlfriend?
So this
So,
year's song, so speaking of songs, this year's song is Anatolia. Yeah, Lisi.
yeah, no,
And
yeah,
so,
by Krasno, yeah, who
yeah.
is a DJ, musician, mixing songs, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he lives in Germany from what I've like
yeah,
researched. But I love that it's such a modern, funky, but still has that like Middle Eastern undertones. I use this song a lot in classes, especially beginner classes. I like to use the traditional folkloric songs to get people used to the rhythms and then sometimes throw in something that's a little bit funky just to like get them to get out of
Mhm.
their head about it, give them something that feels a little more modern and then like see how that impacts the way that they feel the movements in their body because sometimes they just get a little more energized. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what people do with this song and how it inspires them to move. And then I wanted to ask you both. So we asked in the comments, and I'll read some of the YouTube comments shortly. But what have been some of your most favorite moments of a flash mob? So Heidi, I'll let you kind of chime in if you remember.
Well, of course, the first one that was very exciting. Then Oh gosh, I've just loved all of them. We did another one in Louisville, and we did it across. There's a four, what is it called? The Big Four Bridge. So we walked across that, and we did it on one side. We did it on one side in Louisville, and then we crossed the bridge, and we did it again in Indiana. So we could like cover two states just by crossing the bridge. So that was a lot of fun, and we had a pretty big. We had a another sister studio that was she was a former student of mine who went on to do her own thing. So she met up too with us, and so she joined in, and so we had a pretty big group at that time, and that was a lot of fun, a beautiful day, and so I think those two are my most two memorable ones that I have in
Nice.
mind.
And Lisi, what about you?
Yeah. Last year. Last year was the song "Oh Mama" by Dikanda, a Polish band, and a Polish dancer whom I knew from Warsaw. She lives in Łódź, in Lodz. They knew the band. They know the band from concerts where they danced with them, and somehow the band reached out to them and saw that they were the song for the flash mob, and they were like, "Oh, we could do a concert," and then they organized that wonderful space, an old factory building in Lodz. It looked amazing. And then they had photographers and drones in that building and everything.
Wow.
And then I didn't even know that I would go there all by myself, but my friend Julia Stoiber from Austria, she said, "Oh, I get the car from my husband and we are gonna drive there." We drove there for 8 hours. We stayed overnight, and the next day we went there, and it was just magical. And
Oh,
people from dancers from Warsaw came, dancers from Łódź, from that city there, and yeah, you saw that video. It's amazing. And that moment when the song starts slow, and when we did the gratitude meditation, and the singer started that song, I was like, oh my
oh,
God.
oh my gosh.
It was so
I bet.
beautiful to hear her voice,
Oh,
and the music, the energy was so wonderful. And there, all the dancers really knew how to improvise. So there were no rehearsals. So we just went for it. It was amazing. It was
Oh,
oh, that
amazing.
sounds awesome.
oh
I'm
my
so
gosh.
grateful for that.
I still kick myself to this day. I mean, I was so close to just like, I'm just gonna show up and just like get on a plane and go to Warsaw. And I still kick myself for not doing that.
It
That
was
was,
amazing
I was
because
telling
the
everybody that.
musicians offered that concert for free. They drove there from all over Poland to be there, and they performed the song like 3 or 4 times. And we danced a few times, and wow, it was amazing.
That
It
sounds
was,
amazing.
and they said, "Wow, we didn't even know that you knew that song. We didn't play it for like over 10 years." We didn't
Wow.
and
Oh,
one of the singers had to rehearse because she never performed it before. It was
oh,
amazing. It was so fun. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And I think also Solace made an extra version for the flash mob, I think. Yeah. So the
Oh,
musicians, some are really
I think you're
into
right. I don't.
the community. Yeah. And I like that musicians and the community are then connected. And
Yeah,
we always say, please, um, uh, c- uh, say who's the musician, say who made that song. Yeah,
yeah.
because without them we couldn't dance. It was
That's true. Gratitude to the musicians,
amazing.
right?
Yeah.
yeah,
And so, I kind of wanted to kind of veer off a little bit because we talked a little bit about how it started, and then Lisi guided us through kind of the evolution of how the songs are chosen. So are there any kind of future plans? Like, are you thinking about how it sounds like every year there's like more knowledge, or will we try that and it worked out great, or will we tried that and it didn't work out great? Like, do you have any big change plans, or are you just like, we're just going to keep going and feel it as we go? Or, like, what are you kind of looking
I
forward to?
wanted to ask, I wanted to ask you and the viewers if they had any suggestions to do it better. Also, yes, somehow I need to get into Instagram to have it there also. And also the hashtags don't work as good as they used to work. The
Mhm.
hashtags were such a wonderful thing. You could find everything. That was so genius, Heidi, to use the
Mhm.
hashtags. And now they don't seem to work as well as they used to. So yeah, it's difficult, but I want to get also Instagram people, like now they could tag a page and we could collaborate and we could see all the videos on Instagram. So I think I will try that next year. And about the selection of the songs, please suggestions.
Excellent.
I I try to make them more known, to make people more aware of the song selection so that they can participate. Yeah.
So, Lisi, if people have song suggestions or ideas or even want or questions or even want to like reach out and offer assistance, what's the best way to contact you?
The ATS Flashmob page, maybe. Yeah. Of course, me privately, but then it's getting too much probably. But
Mhm.
the ATS Flashmob community page on Facebook. Yeah, also, yeah, also the name. Yeah. Heidi. Yeah, it is so known since years. Then now we have that name, and everybody finds it under that name. Of course, we don't use the American tribal style name so much in the U.S. and in the European areas anymore, but in other areas, they don't have a problem with the term tribal because it has another meaning. It
Mhm.
has totally different meaning than in the US. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
So
what it
I
always
don't,
meant to me was community was,
yeah,
yeah,
Right.
the
for
original.
for us too, it is not, it has nothing to do with the Native Americans
No.
in Europe. It has another meaning in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the people that are chiming in on that conversation, I can add in a comment where there's like other conversations about like ATS and Fat Chance Style and know that both are used. I use both interchangeably, especially in FCBD because there are so many people that still use ATS. And when I'm traveling, especially overseas, I'm like, use whatever you want, and I interchange the old terms and the new terms. So it's not that one is better than another or one is um, more appropriate than the other. It's just what works for you. And in the US, I use Fat Chance and the new terminology, and everywhere else I use ATS and the old terminology because yeah, it depends on where you are, as Lacey said, and who you're with, because the context of it is different. Um, so it sounds like, Lisi, some of the things that I'm doing for FCBDU for 2026, it sounds like you're having some of those same kind of thoughts for the flash mob, which is all about better use of technology. Because technology, since the flash mob started, right, and definitely since FCBDU started, which was only 5 years ago, technology, and Heidi, you're in the tech industry, like technology it's a constant change, it's a constant upgrade, and things that I had to kind of do workarounds for in the past now it's kind of like a standard or maybe not even there anymore. So like Lisi was saying, like Facebook is kind of out the door in a way, but we're there because some things are easier, but how do we reach more people in the future to tell them about the flash mob? And yeah, that could be um, better utilization of Instagram and everything. And so I'm happy to help contribute in any way that I can because I think that the flash mob is such a huge staple and something that's again so needed as J and R said over in the comments, so needed in today's world also.
Oh, yeah.
And Heidi is coming back to the dance now, I
That's
think.
what I
So
hear.
So
I was feeling re-inspired with the whole discussion of it because so I think that at the minimum I would like to get everybody together once a month that were my students and just dance. I don't know that I want to necessarily start classes again. Maybe I don't know yet. I don't know, but I know that we are all feeling the need to reconnect and have that feminine energy for us because we don't have any males in our troop, but just to have that community and that sisterhood. We're all feeling it, especially in these times. We need to reconnect that support system. And so that's what I'm looking at. I have a friend that has a yoga studio and she said nobody uses it on Saturday and Sunday. I'm like, well, the universe might be speaking again, so I might have to listen and just get back in there and catch up with where things are with you guys because I'm so out of the loop. I was telling Lisi that I don't even know, like, has the moves changed? Have the moves changed? I know that the terminology has changed since I was dancing last, so I've got some catching up to do. So I might be checking out your offerings there, Deanna.
Yeah, and check out all the podcasts too, because that might share a lot. But I'm happy to jump on another Zoom at any point in time. I'm always available to talk about fat chance, ATS, yoga, all the things.
Yeah.
So I'm here for that. I'd
Awesome.
like to chime in on the comments and see, we've had some really great comments here. So Danny says, during the first flash mob years, I somehow found myself being at dance workshops. There we had some after workshop fun. It's a wonderful feeling being connected to the whole world through dance. Absolutely. And Elena, hi Elena. She says, my first flash mob was 2018 and there were only 4 of us, but we had a lovely day and beautiful autumn weather. And JNR says, yep, I'm without a troop and continue to do this on my own. And I look forward to it every year. And Natty, hola amiga, she says, thank you, gracias. Yes, sometimes Facebook doesn't show all you do. Today is all about advertisements. Exactly. I totally get that. Edie says, what a great idea and inspiration to be invited to participate, also solo and in really any place.
Yes.
And Deanne, hi Deanne. She says, it would be great if we could move away from Facebook as not everyone has it and we miss a lot of info. Yes, and I have some notes on that. And then this last one here says, JNR says, from my perspective, I will stay with Facebook. I don't do Instagram or TikTok, and I want to limit my social media footprint, mainly to limit stress and mindless scrolling that sucks up time. Agreed. And so just kind of a side note, and maybe I'll do a whole podcast on this, but early last year, I think it was early last year, I opened a community forum through FCBDU, but you don't have to be a member in order to participate. So it's a kind of like, for those, and I know Heidi knows it, but like old tribe.net days, right? Where it's just our community in a forum, no ads, no none of all of that, right? It's just like one place where we can all go and ask questions and chat. And so the link to that is in all of our newsletters. It's on our website. And I would really love to kind of amp that up and have one place where people can go in to check with events or costume tips or questions or just really anything. But people that don't want to be on social or don't want big companies having all of their information because all of ours is secure. That's a great place for us to meet and to be there. So I'll share a little bit more of that. We kind of had, I know Lisi was a part of it. We had a test group for it so that we could figure out how it works and what the privacy settings would be and all of this. And so yeah, we just haven't advertised it a whole lot. I didn't know if everybody was ready for it. I didn't want it to be like an add on, like yet another place you have to go and look, but it sounds like it might be a really great place to post the things that are just pertaining to our dance so that people don't miss out on opportunities. So we'll kind of
it sounds
amp
great.
that up a little bit too.
Yeah,
So.
we could then post links on every social media platform to like go there to vote, and then
Exactly.
everyone would be included. Yeah.
Yes.
So
And
you cannot be everywhere, and I would not take it away from Facebook totally because we started there, and there are people who will be only there and not
yes.
anywhere else. So yeah, so we needed something like you said, a third thing where we could point towards. So go there if you want to vote. Yeah,
Yeah,
Exactly.
that
good
would be a
idea.
good idea. Yeah, we
And
will talk about it.
let's talk about it. And let's
And Heidi,
take a moment to give a
you are
shout
back
out.
now.
And let's
So,
take a moment to give a shout out to the dancers that are helping spread the word to, especially to countries that don't have access to our social media channels. So I know Eileen has been really instrumental in making sure that the community in China feels part of the global community. I know that there are some dancers in Russia that share the information there, and so there's a lot of places where social media is very restricted, and it's really hard to get that community to feel part of this global community. But there are dancers out there that are working hard to link in what you guys are doing so much of, and bringing them in, so that they can feel included. So just kind of shout out to all of them as well while we're on the subject of social media and not having access and all of that.
Yeah.
yes, I see that. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, all right. So if anybody in the comments or in YouTube, if you're joining us live, if you have questions, feel free to chime in. Um, and then can you tell us a little bit, Lisi, about what you have planned for this year's flash mob? Because we were talking about it before we went live, and I was like, I wish I just like let me just move to Europe because it would just be so much easier at this point. But can you tell us a little bit? Because I have FOMO and I totally have envy, and I'm also so excited about what you got going on. So can you share it with us?
Yeah, so I was at Julia Stoiber's Skills and Zills Festival in Austria in August. And I was teaching there with Gudrun Herold, with Marek Cikanowski, and with Kalindi from Mallorca. And Julia also taught workshops, and then we were like, "Oh, it would be so great to dance the flash mob in Mallorca," and now we are gonna do it. So
Yay.
not every one of the teachers could make it, but Marek and I and Eileen Kim is who knows Kalindi anyways, is coming, and we're gonna dance with Kalindi's students and her friend Aida. And oh, I mean, 27 degrees Celsius. I think I can go into the sea next weekend
Nice.
Yes.
after the flash mob. So I'm
Nice.
totally excited.
That sounds
And
amazing.
yeah, it's not so expensive to fly to Mallorca. They have tourist planes going there. So, wow, that's amazing. I'm
That sounds
excited.
awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see everybody's videos. I mean, it's on my calendar every year. It's just like the second Saturday of every year. I just have it. It says ATS Flash Mob. And I share all of that with my students as well because we were talking about it before we started the podcast. A lot of my students, they're just like they don't have interest in performing, which is totally fine. We don't come to dance class for the purpose of performing. Um, they're there to feel that connection, that community, to learn something, to move their body, to laugh, and to like. And so I love to share this concept of the flash mob and this worldwide connection and how they're part of something bigger, and I was telling them about it and like their face just lights up like, wow, really? And so we're going to dance to the song in class. I'm going to bring skirts and everything, and we might film, or we're going to film it, but I might just post like 30 seconds or a minute or something just so that we can feel a part of something bigger.
Oh,
But you know, people aren't feeling like they want to perform so much. It's just kind of like a we're here too in the background. But it's
very
really
nice.
fun to share that with newer students. So even if people aren't performing or don't have interest in doing it, sharing that there is this amazing global event that happens just does make you feel like you're connected to something greater. And even if I can't travel to Mallorca and to Poland and all the places to be with you all, I just get so excited knowing that you're together and you're doing that. So that's what's like, I want you to share what you're doing.
You can organize something like that in the
That's
US
true.
now.
That's definitely true. Yeah, there are
You're
definitely
not that
more
far from me.
dances. That's
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, maybe you meet next weekend, huh?
Maybe come up here and
Maybe
dance.
next year.
Yeah, there's definitely more dancers up here in the Pacific Northwest that we're talking about getting together quarterly. So that'll be, maybe we'll do that
Oh,
next
that would
year.
be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Natty says, so Natty's response, she's responding to the FCBD style or the ATS community forum. And she says, yes, please, just FCBD style, dot, 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 and cats.
And dogs.
And dogs. Yeah.
And dogs.
And dogs.
Be
And
my
dogs.
shadow.
Oh my goodness. Well, I want to give you guys this opportunity. Of course, if there's anything else that you want to share, if there's anything that we haven't discussed, I would love to just open up the floor for anything or any questions that you want to pose out to the world.
Yeah, yeah. About the flash mob, Heidi, you did
Mhm.
it first time you did it really freestyle, like you wanted to improvise, just no preparation, just go there
Yep.
and go for it. Yeah,
Every year has been total
yeah,
improvised for
yeah.
us. Yeah. Yep.
But,
No, we
but
didn't have any choreography for that.
yeah,
It's just whoever showed up, showed up. We most of the time didn't even know who we would be dancing with, other than our little group from my classes. If you knew the language, you could dance along with us, and and even if we would follow along with the mess ups, because
yeah,
that's
yeah,
just what you
yeah,
do.
of
If
course. Yeah,
something gets and so it was just a lot of fun, and it was just free and dancing and
yeah.
having a good time together.
Yeah, I like both, or not even both. I mean, several ways of dancing the flash mob. I like the
Yeah, absolutely.
fancy choreography
Oh,
things,
it's beautiful.
videos showing the surroundings,
Yeah.
also where they are dancing. And I like the total improvisations also. They are great. Yeah. I mean,
And I think that speaks
really,
to the whole, oops, sorry.
no, no.
And I think that's one of the
I
things that I
was
really, really loved about ATS is that or FCBD, what
You
is
can
it
say
called? I'm sorry,
ATS.
whatever.
We know what you're talking about.
I'm old school. I can't help it. Is that we can share this around the world because it's a universal language and movement, and that's what I absolutely loved about it. Was that if you go to another country and you're like ATS, and they're like, yeah, ATS, and then we could just communicate through movement, just because of that knowledge and shared vocabulary of movement, and that's what I just loved about it. It was just so cool.
Yeah. And it's okay. Also,
All
I
right.
wanted to jump in and say, like, and it's okay to not be fancy. And I know that you guys have said this before, but you were just talking about that, and it reminds me of a time. So Liz and I, when we both lived in Birmingham, we hosted a free dance class, a free introduction to belly dance class at Whole Foods one year. And we did it on the day of the flash mob. And then
I remember that.
afterwards, we invited those people that joined in to do the flash mob. And so we had talked to Whole Foods and everything. So we actually ended up having two groups in Whole Foods and we did the flash mob. But
Hey,
it was so fun to invite people that had just learned to dance with us. And they were just like all about having a great time. So we focused on things that we would do in that song. But it's another great way to like help people that don't know anything about our style to like show them a little bit about it. Like advertise yourself if you want,
yeah,
advertise your
yeah,
classes, and then get them to participate. Like, how fun is
exactly.
that? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So use it as a marketing way as well.
Yeah, you can.
Marketing tool.
Yeah, frankly, I always teach a flash mob preparation workshop
Yeah,
where
that's
I
perfect.
not necessarily teach a choreo, but the song, like
The movements.
so that they get to know the song, what you can do in the sections of the song, musicality, the song mapping, maybe even. Yeah. So yeah, of course.
Oh,
You need
Lisi, so many
preparation. You
ideas.
need to know the music before you start improvising. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. We have another comment. Oh, hi, Maria. Maria says, hello, ladies. Um, So Carolina Valencia says, greetings to you all, and especially to my teacher, Lisi. The ATS has brought us together a lot, and I'm very happy about that, no matter where we are in the world. Oh, so sweet. Well, I cannot thank you both enough for your time, for your energy, for your passion, for your love, for taking this idea and going with it and just like putting it out there in the world and putting this beautiful positive energy out there and then just like getting people to feel even more connected. Um, it's it's so special to feel a part of something bigger than yourself and to know that you are contributing to community and all the things that you guys mentioned. I mean, that seems like that's part of your, some of your core values, drawn to community. So building up community and cheering others on. Like that's I'm here for it. And I'm sure that I speak for many ATS slash Fat Chance Belly Dance style dancers when they're like, yeah, community and cheering each other on is a big reason why we do it.
Yes.
So, all right.
Well, thank you so much for organizing this.
My pleasure. Oh my
It's awesome. I've never had a Zoom chat, like a Zoom interview before. So I was like, well, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm nervous, but it's been awesome. Thank you. It was great to see you and
Good.
talk to you, and you, Lissy, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
so happy that you had time and could come and share your things. I was looking forward to hear how you started and how you're doing now. I'm hoping you're coming back to the community now and dancing with
Thank
us.
you. You
you.
guys
And
inspired me.
Yes, even if it's just
thank
a flash
you.
mob, which isn't that fun that you actually inspired yourself?
Yeah, you
Sorry,
did
I have to
it
move my phone a
first.
little bit here.
You did it first. And I wanted to say, even during the uh, uh, lockdowns, we had the Zoom connection, and we did flash mobs on Zoom also,
Hmm.
like Zoom haflas and connecting worldwide over Zoom and having all those little screens dancing together. So that was really great.
Yeah, that was awesome to see. Sorry about the movement here. Okay.
Oh, that's okay. That's
My
okay.
car turned off, so all my speakers turned off, and I couldn't really hear anybody, so I had to get it back.
Ah, okay, okay.
Sorry about that.
Technology, yeah. And kind of tying that in, like technology and what Lisi was saying, the online world, as much as we are a community in-person based group dance, the online world is how we can fuel our connection to each other, our connection to
Hmm.
community. Of course, we've seen that through forums, which is all, verbal, but then to be able to dance together online, as Lisi was saying, learn together online. There's some things coming, just kind of like letting you know, there's things coming on FCBDU on that as well. You might have read about it in today's newsletter. That connection that we have, we can just continue to build on it and using our online platform to create more connections so that when we are in person, it's just that much stronger, right? Of that connection is so important.
Hmm.
Um, and I just wanted to shout out to all of you that have joined us here at FCBDU for our podcasts. Remember, you can listen to past ones on YouTube and also on Spotify. And a shout out, especially to our members, because without our members, we wouldn't be able to do all the things that we do. And that includes this podcast that we offer out to the community. Um, Lisi and I were talking about this before and just the podcast and how I like to keep it a little more casual because I was telling her there's just so many great conversations that I've been a part of. And I'm like, everybody needs to hear this. And so the podcast is a great way to be like, now everybody can hear this. So I'm just reaching out to people that I are doing things that I find fascinating or that I feel like our community needs to know more about. And the flash mob is definitely one of them. So thank you all. Thank you both for being here. Thank you
Thank
everybody
you.
for chiming in and for joining us online. And I'm excited. I'm motivated. I'm ready for my classes tomorrow and getting the students excited about filming for something for the flash mob.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm grateful to had this opportunity to chat. And yeah, because also for the future, I need your help.
I got your back, girl.
Yeah.
Support. I got you.
Very cool.
And then I know that the community will jump in and
Mhm.
help with anything that you need as well. So you're a very important part of everything that we
Yes.
are doing in the community, and definitely a very important part of the flash mob and keeping everybody motivated and doing it. So yeah.
Big hugs. Big hugs.
All right. Well, have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you
Thank you.
all again for joining in. ATS Flash Mob this year's is happening next Saturday. Yeah. Can you remind us of the hashtags to use so that everybody can either make sure that they're using them or can use them to go out and search? It's
Heidi,
hashtag.
you still know or
I do, but I wasn't sure if there was any more added to it. But it
no?
is hashtag ATSFMWW. And then usually it's the date after, or the year after that, is how I was doing it. But I think if you just do hashtag ATSFMWW for ATS Flash Mob Worldwide, that will just unite everything if you put the year in or not. So either one of those will work.
Yeah, and I think you started also adding the FatChance hashtag, so it was hashtag FCBDS FatChanceBellyDance Style Flashmob FMWW, and also either just like this and with the year. So you can find all the hashtags on the ATS Flashmob Worldwide community page on Facebook.
And that was also something that we were using if you posted your video on YouTube, was to make sure that you had that that title in the title of your YouTube video so that that can be found if you
Excellent.
Yeah,
posted it.
I think I reposted your instruction in every year.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
I copy pasted your
Right.
instruction.
And we'll make sure
Yeah.
that all of that is in the show notes as well. So people can, if they're watching now, and they can just write it down. And we'll, of course,
Okay.
be sharing everything on FCBD, you as well, and all of our channels that we have access to. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and also the YouTube has a children option. So it would be better not to use the for children option. So if they ask you for children, then say no.
Mhm.
Because then nobody can share your video anywhere.
Oh.
If
Yet a
it's
new
for
thing. Again,
children,
another, yeah.
you
Mhm.
cannot share it. And I try to collect all the YouTube videos in a playlist. So
Mhm.
every year I try to collect a playlist of all the videos on YouTube.
Yeah, can you still see the ones from previously too?
I did the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
You think I should look for all the years before?
I'll do that for you. No, I'll do that for you because
Yeah.
I think I have it set up in my playlist for that.
Yeah,
So
you
that,
did. You did. Yeah. You did also.
okay.
That's why I started, because you started that, and I try to keep on doing
Oh,
it. Yeah.
you're so awesome.
So fun.
You started it.
It's my
So
fault.
who is awesome?
I just had an idea.
Yeah, wonderful.
It's a wonderful idea. Yeah.
Oh,
And thank
thank
you
you.
Lisi, for keeping it going. It's important, right? If we have things that we love, and yes, definitely we want to, keep it going and find people that have the passion to keep it going as well. So
Mhm.
thank you, Heidi, for starting it. And also thank you for reaching out to Lisi because you knew it was something special that needed to keep going.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. And thank you, Allie Moonbeam, for joining us.
Thank you,
She fell
Ellie.
asleep in the back.
Oh, it was too long.
She's like, I'm
Had
done.
enough.
All right. Well, have a wonderful rest of your weekend,
Thank
and so
you.
much love to you both. And for everybody that's joined us live and perhaps chatted in, much love.
Thank
And
you. Love
I'll
you.
talk to you soon.
Love
Bye.
Bye.
you. Love you. See you online.
Yes.
Bye. Beep beep.